3 children, no mother, created in a lab, and immediately put to work saving the world. You thought this was a show about girl power? It wasn't. It was about what happens when children are never allowed to just be children. And if you grew up feeling like you had to earn your place in this world, this video is gonna hit you differently. Stay, because by the end of this, you'll see something you can't unsee. And subscribe to Rewound Brain. This is exactly what we do here every week. Here's the setup nobody questioned. A scientist accidentally creates 3 children. No mother, just a father who loves them but has absolutely no idea what he's doing. And then, before they've even been to school, they're told, you must protect this entire city. Let that sink in. Children saving the world as their primary job before they could tie their shoes. Let's talk about Blossom first, and I want you to be honest with yourself as I do. Blossom had to be right, all the time, about everything. Does that sound exhausting? Because it was. There's a psychological term for this, hypervigilance. It's when a child's nervous system is so convinced danger is coming, it never turns off, even when everything is fine. Were you the Blossom in your family? The one who had to hold everything together? Who felt responsible for everyone's emotions? Because that's what Blossom was, a child who believed that if she wasn't perfect, everything would fall apart. Now, Bubbles, and this one is gonna hurt if you were ever told you were too sensitive. Bubbles cried, openly, in front of everyone, and she was mocked for it, even inside the show. But here's the truth they never told you. The person in the room who cries, they're not the weakest person there, they're the bravest. Because feeling fully in a world that tells you not to requires real courage. Bubbles absorbed everyone's pain. She felt Blossom's stress, she felt Buttercup's anger, she felt the whole city's fear, and nobody held hers. Buttercup, the one everyone called aggressive, difficult, angry. But anger is never the first emotion. Anger is what happens after the first emotion gets too dangerous to feel. Under Buttercup's anger was grief and fear, and a little girl who just wanted someone to tell her she was doing enough. Think about the people in your life you wrote off as angry. What were they actually carrying underneath? Buttercup never got to be soft, because the moment she was soft, someone needed saving, and she'd learned softness gets you hurt. Now, I need to say something that might make you uncomfortable. Are you ready? The professor loved those girls completely, and he also failed them completely. And both of those things are true at the same time. He needed them to be extraordinary, and in needing that, he forgot they were also allowed to be ordinary. Subscribe to Rewound Brain right now if you've never thought about your favorite cartoons this way. We do this every week. But here's what this show did that nobody gave it credit for. It showed an entire generation of little girls, and the boys watching too, that girls could be leaders, could be warriors, could be the ones who save everyone, not despite being girls, because of it. It showed you that your anger is valid, your sensitivity is valid, your need for control is valid. All of it makes sense given what you were given. And it showed you that the right team, the right people beside you, makes the impossible survivable. Here's the question I want to leave you with. When you watched Blossom, were you watching yourself? When you saw Bubbles cry, did you feel seen? When Buttercup got angry, did part of you feel relief that someone finally did? Because here's the truth. You weren't just watching the Powerpuff Girls. You were watching a version of yourself trying to figure out how to survive a world that asks too much of children. The Powerpuff Girls saved Townsville every day. Nobody ever stopped to ask if they were okay. I'm asking now. Drop a comment, Blossom, Bubbles, or Buttercup. Which one were you? And tell me why. I read every single comment. Subscribe to Rewound Brain. Every week we go this deep. Every week we look at the cartoons that shaped you and we find what they were really trying to tell you. The Powerpuff Girls carried the weight of a whole city, and they did it without ever complaining, and they did it together. If that's not the lesson you needed as a kid, I don't know what is.